What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gaming with the Bros Cast, episode 112. We are on the cusp of the creme de la creme. Elden Ring comes out on Friday, baby. We've waited for so long, and we're finally upon it. I know you're hyped, Nick. I'm hyped.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing the New Zealand trick on Thursday night. It's gonna be fun.
We're gonna be gaming the system big time on Thursday.
Yes, I will be all the way across the world on
those New Zealand servers. They're gonna be like, do we have this many people? Do we have this many? Do
we have these people in our country? What is going on right now? But my name is Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick. As always, Nick, how was your week?
Oh, it's been good, man. I went to the mountains this weekend, and it was just western North Carolina, and we were thinking about snowboarding and skiing, but one of the girls who was coming with us, she had like dislocated her shoulder.
Oh, fun!
Like 2 weeks ago, and initially she was like, "Yeah, I think I'll ski if I'm feeling better," and we were like, "Dude, you broke your shoulder.
Maybe not. No, maybe just hold off.
Just don't." So we chilled, and it was pretty fun.
Cool.
Yeah, hung out in the hot tub, and
nice.
Drank some beers and played some games. So super fun weekend. And then
did you go into the hot tub sober and drink some beers and then came out like 2 times as drunk?
Yeah,
it's the worst.
Yeah. It will, like, I feel like you feel it in the hot tub, and once you get out, it's like, okay, I don't feel as drunk as I was in the hot tub, but I still feel drunker than I was when I got in.
Yeah, it's just because like it dehydrates you, so you just
apparently it's super bad to do. Apparently you're really not
people have like drowned and passed out because of that. So they'll just hang on the hot tub for hours and just drink and then just not think about it, and all of a sudden they're shit faced. So it's pretty dangerous.
Underwater. Yeah, so we did that, and and that was fun. Then we came back yesterday and just played some games yesterday, and then did some skateboarding today, and now I jumped on the hype train, man. Now I'm just riding the hype train until Thursday.
I know it hasn't felt real until like today.
Until this week.
I woke up and I was like, I was just
3 days remaining.
Yes.
Dawn of the third day.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is actually very topical because Majora's Mask is coming. Yeah.
Are you going to check that out at all?
No. It's coming on the same day Elden Ring releases.
Oh, it comes out on Friday. Okay. I had no idea.
Man, that's just
I kind of like. So I mean, we had Pokemon come out, which I thought was like the perfect amount of time to kind of get through that and get ready for Elden Ring.
A full month.
Horizon, I kind of feel bad for. Like, I know it's reviewing like really well and stuff like that, and I'm sure it'll have no problem selling. But kind of, bad choice for them to release it right now between Pokemon and Elden Ring. Like 3 open world ish. Well, Pokemon not
and
so
Dying
much,
Light
but
as well.
Yeah, and Dying Light too.
It kind of sucks too because it released right around the same time as Breath of the Wild back in 2017.
Yeah.
So it got the shaft both times. And, like I'm sure people are, there are a lot of people that are more excited for Horizon than Elden Ring or Dying Light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elden Ring has that hype though. Like it's just, it's going to be good. Everybody knows it's going to be a great game.
Like, it's funny. Like I know people love From games. But this one just feels different. It just feels like more mainstream in a way that I don't understand. Maybe because it's, and I doubt it's because George Railroad Martin is a part of it. I think it's just I don't know, man. It's weird.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like full scale open world, and like it just feels there's so much more hype for this than there was for Sekiro.
Yeah, and I was thinking about Sekiro too. Like I remember that. I mean, given that my game of the year back in 2018, I think 2019 when that came out.
2019.
Yeah. Which Gears 5, and in hindsight, I think I probably would have gave it to Gears, but I don't know. I think Sekiro, I really did like that game, but I feel like it's probably the weakest of the From games that I've personally played. I just prefer, like, the combat was interesting and unique, but I think I prefer just a standard style,
Yeah,
Dark Soulsy combat, and this is going to be, seems like it's going to be a lot faster. You know,
and just more play styles. It seems like Sekiro kind of shoehorned you into just just the timed blocks. Yeah, and that was pretty much how you did every fight. Whereas with Dark Souls or Bloodborne, you kind of have a couple of different builds that you can do. And granted, I always tend to go with like the faster, like the kind of the dexterity build. But we'll see. I might have the big weapons this time.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I plan on, I think tomorrow or Wednesday, I think I'm gonna go get me a new capture card, and then I may stream Thursday night. Just depends. So,
and you can also stream from your Xbox.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I guess I could,
because you can plug in your camera to your Xbox.
Well, I can, but I can also, and I think I did it with Halo. I casted it to my computer, and then I just played on my TV because there's like a half a second delay if I just played on my monitor. So I might do that. I might try that and see if that works.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super excited to play. I'm cannot wait. So,
well, Harrison, how's your week? Aside from the Elden Ring hype, how's your week been?
It was good. We had one of our friends' daughter's birthday. She turned 5, so we went over there and hung out for a little bit, and then Sunday we went. It was our grandma's 82nd birthday, so we went over to our parents' house and did some burgers and stuff. Me and Kellen played disc golf with the set that they have there. So that was fun, and
cool.
Came back and just chill, play some more Pokemon. Yeah, it was a good week.
Nice. Well, Harrison, I know you've been playing some more Pokemon, so I want to hear how you're feeling about it. You said you were loving it last week, and you had beaten it at that point, but now sounds like you've gone through most of the end game, and now you're collecting all the Pokemon. How's that going?
So I finished the game. Man, you're right. That last two battles were really tough. I had to go back and just kind of grind it out, man. I had to go find that giant Alpha Blissey and just farm experience points. I did feel like, I mean, because the game, there's not a ton of trainer battles, which is nice. But I feel like it really doesn't prepare you for the end. But I feel like this game, the most RNG happened during this boss fight, where and it didn't go in my favor. Where if I would go first, but for whatever reason my attack would be dodged or missed or whatever the case is, and then they would turn around and one shot me. Which maybe I should type match better, but just with what I had, like, he was just, all of his Pokemon were super strong, and even if it wasn't a super effective move, it would still almost kill my Pokemon. So yeah, the RNG was a little irritating for that part. But I ended up finishing it up. And then just kind of started grinding out the legendaries that you can get and all that good stuff. Nick, I will ask you a question. Now that you've beaten it, and because you've completed the decks, right?
I did, yeah.
Okay. If they're assuming, obviously they're probably going to do another Legends game. I mean, this one, don't know the exact numbers, but it's sold like crazy. What areas do you want to see improve from this game to the next?
Yeah, so I was kind of thinking about that, because I was wondering, like, would I want them to do it exactly the same, like kind of broken up into 5 specific areas? And like, I think that could still work in another game. I think the gameplay itself is pretty tight. I think there could be some improvements to actual player movement. Maybe just like even adding a jump button instead of just a dodge roll, and kind of streamlining some of those areas. But I think the actual catching and battling is pretty good. Yeah, I think it's pretty solid. Obviously, if they can improve the graphics, that would be amazing. Like, they're pretty bad. I mean, compare, like, I was playing Final Fantasy VII earlier, and I was like, yeah, this looks a lot better. Like, I didn't really realize it, but yeah, this looks a lot better than Pokemon, and different games, different strokes, different scale, but yeah, I think improving the graphics, I think just streamlining some of the stuff. I know this is kind of a small thing, but your Pokemon boxes, just being able to organize it to some degree, nice. Like organizing like by level or by name, maybe by like rarity. I don't think that's an actual category, but just some sort of organization there would be really, really cool. But like as far as the actual gameplay goes, I think it's pretty solid. Yeah. What about you? Do you think you have any improvements that you want?
Yeah, I definitely agree with everything you said. My biggest thing now that after you go through the different regions multiple times, I would really like to them just make. I mean, obviously there's Pokemon everywhere, but like they don't do anything. I would like for them to like actually live in their habitat and actually you see them, like you can, I don't know if they have binoculars or something, but whatever the case is, like you can actually see them walking around and eating and maybe digging holes or going through logs or climbing in tree, like something like
kind of like Pokemon Snap.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So yes. And then I guess to go into the graphics thing, I mean, you're one of the richest game studios out there. And again, Breath of the Wild, a 5-year-old game is looking way better than this. It's no excuse. It really is not. There's just no way that they, it's absolutely no excuse. Now they nailed, I think they nailed just about everything else. I'm totally fine with the kind of the hub world. I think that was smart. I don't mind the different regions. Like I don't need to necessarily have everything flow seamlessly. I would like to have an option to swap between the regions without having to go back to the hub. That would be kind of nice.
Yes.
Especially when you're trying to clean up side quests and stuff like that. But yeah, the graphics as well. They'll have a pass for this game because it was so fun. Yeah. But the next one, it better look damn good.
Yeah,
that's not a make or break for me, by the way. Like I'll still get the next one because this one was so much fun. But it better look a lot better than like there's like just the textures on it are like
like
PS1 like textures. It's really bad.
The models, like the Pokemon models, they look pretty good. The character models all look like relatively okay, but God, those just the ground textures and rock formation textures, like they look like a PS1 game. It looks like a Nintendo 64 game, but. if that's the thing we're complaining about and it's not just something wrong with the mechanics or the fundamentals of the game, I think that's pretty good.
I mean that's really all I can complain about, is just making it a little bit easier to swap between the regions, making the world feel more lived in. I mean even the like the NPCs, they just stand there, and a lot of games do that, I understand, but like it's a really small hub, like you couldn't have them doing stuff like even in like Ocarina of Time, you see them cutting wood or doing something, like they'll walk around. Nobody walks in this game. It's insane.
They're just
it's Pokemon Company or Game Freak. So like you're going to get what you get, they don't take a lot of risks and they don't do a lot of animations in their games. So, you get what you get, but yeah. A couple things to improve upon with the next one, but other than that, man, I think it's stacked with Elden Ring and Zelda. Maybe not necessarily game of the year potential, but definitely be on my top 10 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this might even be top 5, top 3, depending on how the year shakes out. Because like it's such a pleasant surprise. I mean, we've said this a million times, but coming off of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, like. I kind of hated those games. And then we got to these and I'm like, damn, this is a really good Pokemon game. Like they really shook it up for the better. So
yeah, I agree.
Pokemon Arceus. Yeah.
Good old Pokemon Arceus. That is all I have been playing, Nick. What have you been playing? Anything else other than Pokemon?
This is my first week without Pokemon, without playing it since it launched. So I've played 2 games. I dove into Final Fantasy VII Remake yesterday. It was yesterday. That game is really, really good. It It looks pretty incredible. I've never played the original Final Fantasy VII, so I have no attachments to the first or to the original game. But
Yeah.
Have you played it before? Have you played 7?
I've never have. I've only seen a few videos and stuff. I just not that I'm against it or anything. I just I never played it.
So let me ask you, what is your interpretation of Cloud? Like, what kind of person do you think he is just looking at him or seeing him like in other?
He probably looks like he probably says a lot of one-liners. He's like that, I don't know, cool guy, like quote, like I don't know. Okay, I was gonna say like douche or something like that. Dude, he's looks like he's probably a douche, but
it's not even cool. Like he does say a lot of one-liners, but he's just a jerk to everybody. And I'm like, even Alicia, who was watching me play, she was like, "This guy kind of sucks." I was like, "Yeah, I agree. He does suck." I was like, I'm hoping he gets better throughout the game. I'm only on chapter 3, but yeah, he's kind of a buzzkill.
Yeah,
like Tifa, one of the other characters, is so nice to him, and he'll just give her like one word responses or won't even respond, or will give like some sassy remark.
Maybe he'll have a nice character arc or something. Who knows?
Yeah, but before playing this game, I thought Cloud was going to be like this really cool guy, like really
he's cool, all right,
for the people, but he's too cool for school. He's too cool for his own good.
Too cool for cool.
But in terms of the actual game, I'm enjoying the combat. It's pretty similar to Final Fantasy 15, at least from what I remember. So it's like pretty action based. It's not like turn based anymore. And then, gosh, I should have played Final Fantasy, like the original Final Fantasy 7, because I didn't know the story was about like bioterrorism.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah,
so it's pretty heavy, and yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's a cool game. I will definitely put it down once Elden Ring comes out, but it's something to play for a little bit. Yeah. And then this game, so I purchased OlliOlii World a few weeks ago, and I don't know why I did, because I was playing Pokemon so much, but I purchased it and then I started playing it this week and a little bit of last week, and holy crap, this game is incredible. It is so much fun. Even if you're not and this is kind of like a skateboarding 2D game, kind of in the art style of like an Adventure Time-esque art style. And you're going through these like 5 separate worlds, and you're going through level by level, and there are challenges specific to each level that you have to do, and all this stuff. And yeah, this game is absolutely incredible. I've been having so much fun with it, just going through all the levels and completing the challenges and trying to like 100% each level before going through to the next one. And I played the original OlliOlii on the 3DS, I think, and then picked up OlliOlii 2 on the Switch and didn't get into it too much, but this game just improves on both of those games just incredibly and makes it so accessible, so much more accessible than the first games. And it's a really good time. I would recommend this game for anyone who likes 2D action games. Yeah. I mean, I really don't know what to call it, because you don't have to be a skateboarding fan to enjoy this game. But
does it have? I don't think I've seen any videos of this. Does it have like Trials vibes to it, or no? Not really. I don't think. The levels are pretty fast paced, and it's not like too difficult so far. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's like Trials. Okay. I don't know if it was like that kind of quickness where you did a run and then failed and then just restarted real quick and
you do that. Okay. You kind of instantly restart if you fail, but there are checkpoints throughout, and so it's not like you're losing too much time.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool game. I think, well, I'm definitely going to play through it to the end, but it's just been cool because each section kind of introduces a new mechanic to the game.
Okay.
Like the second section introduced wall riding. So like
cool.
wall riding on billboards and stuff. And then the third one introduced like grabs and spins. So there's always something new, which is really cool. So yeah, I'd recommend this game to anyone who wants to check it out. If it sounds cool to you right now, I'd pick it up.
Check it out. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just about it. And I'm excited for this games we've been playing list next week.
Yes. Yeah. I'm super excited for Elden Ring impressions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. You want to move on to the news?
Let's move on to the news.
Let's do it. So we were pretty much right with that Capcom countdown thing. I know we had kind of speculated on what we would prefer. But yeah, Street Fighter 6 got announced. Is this still PS5 exclusive or PlayStation exclusive? Did they mention that? I know there's like a new collection pack coming out to everything pretty much, but did they say it's PlayStation exclusive or not?
I'm not sure if they said it. Because 5 was exclusive, right?
It was, yes, the PlayStation.
PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is exclusive or not. But I mean, do you think it would be?
I mean, I would imagine they probably would have said it if it was, but maybe
it's too early,
or maybe that was already the case. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, either way, I said it last week. Not really a fighting game fan, so probably not gonna check it out anyways. But but it didn't mention in the article that I read, so who knows?
Yeah, the character models look pretty interesting.
Yeah, they do.
It's almost like they took Ryu and just widened him.
Yeah,
kind of like what they did to Chris Redfield in Resident Evil Village. I feel like they just took the Chris from Resident Evil 7 and just widened him out a little bit,
getting bigger muscles.
Yeah,
made him look bigger.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. They kind of do that with their characters, or at least they have recently.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we don't know when this is coming out, right? This is just
I think they're gonna and have later details something this year.
Okay.
So I don't know if it comes out this year or not, or what the case is, but yeah, later, more announcements down the road, as with everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Horizon Forbidden West has been reviewing pretty well, right?
Yeah, it's sitting at, I believe, an 88 on Metacritic, which is like what every other game gets now. It's like an 88 or 87. Which I think Deathloop got an 88. Halo Infinite got around that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. There's been a lot of good games recently.
A lot of good games.
Yeah, I will save this for when I eventually get a PS5 and can play it. I've heard some, like, from a couple of podcasts I've listened to. Some people are vibing with it. Some people it says it takes quite a while to get into the open world, which the first one, if I remember correctly, that was kind of the way as well. It took a while to get into the open world stuff, and I don't know, apparently Aloy is kind of a dick. So who knows?
Yeah, that's what I heard, and it's one of those, or from what I heard, it's one of those things where she's like constantly talking and talking about like how to solve a puzzle, and not giving the player enough time to think about it before she says something. Which is like the polar opposite from Elden Ring, I'm assuming. It's like just your silent protagonist that's never going to tell you anything about what's going on.
You just got to rely on your friends, or they'll lead you into a trap. I bet there's going to be so many. I can't wait. So many like, well, just text boxes, whatever. Go here, there's treasure, and it's a freaking mimic or something.
My favorite part. Yeah, are there player messages in this
I don't
game?
know. I haven't seen that, but I imagine there probably is, right? I hope so.
That's one of the reasons I got PlayStation Plus when I got the PS5, so I could have player messages and Demon Souls.
Oh, they don't have that just without PlayStation Plus?
I don't think so, because I didn't have it with Bloodborne when I played that.
Did Bloodborne have them?
It did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, yeah.
That's such a weird thing to not include.
Yeah, it's
regardless of.
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah. So yeah, this game's Horizon Forbidden West.
No resting for you.
Which is kind of true. I mean, I'm sure she doesn't sleep, but
no.
Yeah, reviewing well, 88.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll definitely probably pick it up at some point. Maybe if I ever catch it on sale, just pick it up and have it ready to go. So we shall see.
I have quite the backlog of PS5 games.
Yes, you do.
I still have Deathloop, Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy VII, Miles Morales. I think that's it. That's a lot.
You got a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. I completely missed this one, Nick. The next one.
Yeah, so this was announced today, I think, but Pokemon Day is February 27th. And so every day this week, there's going to be like a new Pokemon announcement. So
okay.
February 21st, that's today, right?
Yeah, that's today.
There's an announcement for Pokemon Masters X. Tomorrow, there's going to be one for Pokemon Sword and Shield. On the 23rd, there's going to be one for Pokemon Cafe Mix. On the 24th, there's going to be an announcement for Pokemon Unite. February 25th, there's going to be one for P25 Music. Or P25 Music. Oh, probably Pokemon 25 Music. And then February 26th is Pokemon Go News. And they haven't announced like any Pokemon presentation or anything for the actual Pokemon Day. But I mean, we can only assume there's going to be some sort of announcement on the 27th.
Yeah, for
just
hopefully for just want to see some Arceus stuff, right? That's what we kind of want. Nintendo kind of trolled us last week. They like released like a Warden update or something, and I was like, oh, dude, sweet, new stuff already. But it was like just a trailer for stuff that was already in the game.
Oh,
but they specifically worded it like update to Wardens. There's like, why do y'all do that? It's really annoying.
Yeah, it's weird.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't really care about any of the announcements that are happening this week, but
no,
excited to see if there's like anything coming this Sunday.
Yeah, hopefully we get something Arceus related. That would be cool.
DLC. Like, it would be. I feel like it'd be so easy to do GLC for Arceus.
Yeah, they I don't know, add it to the expansion pack or something. Probably not for this.
Yeah, maybe not for Pokemon, but we'll see. I mean, they could even show like Gen 9. I don't know if they would, but it might be too early for that.
Maybe, yeah. I'm good. I'm good with Gen 9. I just want more Arceus stuff. Whatever that is.
That's right.
It is.
Yeah.
And then last one, Majora's Mask coming to it's already announced, but it's coming to Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass on Elden Ring Day this Friday, the 25th.
It's coming this Friday.
Yeah.
Which is a weird time, but I'm glad this is getting more content. I mean, this is, like you said, this is already announced. We know there's a couple of other things coming to this, but is it just one game a month? Is that the cadence that they're doing?
Yes, not really sure.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Why not just put them all out?
If you have a 3DS and want to fork over, I don't know how expensive it is right now, $20, $30, I would say get that version. It's really good. That 3DS version looks really nice in 3D. Nick, is there anything, since we talked about the 3DS shop closing down, the Wii U shop closing down next year, and they're cutting down like ways you could buy it this year. Is there anything that you would recommend to anybody like on the shop that stuff that, I mean, it's so frustrating with a Nintendo because like Xbox is like, screw it. You can play any generation you want on the newest console. Yeah. It really irritates me. I think going forward, whatever the next Switch is, whatever the next, like, they have to start letting us bring our stuff with us. Like, it's ridiculous at this point. Like, there's just, I understand you want to resell stuff and all that good stuff. And that's fine. You can do your remakes. You can resell it on the console. But if I've already purchased it, let me just play it on The Switch, it just makes no sense to me. It's ridiculous at this point. Sony's getting a little bit better, I guess. I mean, the PS3 had PS2 and PS1 backwards compatibility, and then they stopped making those units, and then they started selling the stuff. So there's still options to buy the stuff. Or give me that option. Just let me buy just give me those versions.
Just put it all on the Switch.
And if I have to buy it again, I'll make that decision. I'm assuming if it's just on there, I should be able to transfer my stuff since it's all the same account. But yeah, at this point, it's just kind of frustrating. And I think a lot of people have reopened that conversation this week since they've announced this stuff.
Yeah. And at this point, I'm honestly surprised that Nintendo hasn't kind of backtracked on it and decided to keep them open, because I'm pretty sure that's what Sony did for the.
They did, but Nintendo's Nintendo,
PSP.
and they don't care.
They're not going to change their mind.
They're not going to change their mind.
But it's crazy because like there are so many games on the 3DS and Wii U that are they're going to be lost to time because they were digital only.
Yeah.
And like there are just so many games that you can't even get on the Switch, like something like Xenoblade Chronicles X, which was only on the Wii U. Like that game's hard to get physically now. It's only going to be harder to get. I mean, it's going to be impossible to get digitally pretty soon.
And it's going to be just super expensive.
Yeah. And then
I bet X comes over to Switch at some point.
I think it will. So at some point. But like, and I get their decision to shut it down because it's probably really expensive with all those servers that they have to maintain. Yeah,
and they probably crunch the numbers and they see, everybody's moved on. There's no reason to keep this open, and people can, of course, still re-download stuff, for the time being. But yeah, and it's extra frustrating because the Wii U was like, it had so many retro games on it. Like it was kind of a retro machine. Like it had all the older Metroid games. Yep.
It had even GBA games like Fire Emblem on there. Like there's just a lot of stuff on the Wii U that just frankly hasn't been anywhere else. And, I'm pretty sure they made that decision initially because they wanted to sell more units because no one was buying the Wii U.
Yeah.
And, it didn't really pay off. So, yeah, it's kind of frustrating because now I'm having to think about what games I want to get before I can ever play them again.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm
like, yeah. Like, should I get Metroid Prime Trilogy or are you guys going to remake it? Like, should I get buy it?
How much is it on the eShop?
It's like $20.
I might just pick it up.
Yeah.
I went up when I was over at Mom and Dad's. I grabbed the GameCube and all the accessories for it, all the controllers. So I'm probably gonna bust it out at some point and play that again. It's super frustrating. I just don't understand. I mean, if they just put the resources into just bringing that over, just bring the eShop over. The eShop was pretty good for the most part on the Wii U. Like there was just so many options to pick from, and the Switch. I mean, there's obviously a ton of good Switch games, but I would like to download my games. So yeah, I don't know.
It should be that simple, but Nintendo just makes it more difficult. It's like they hate their older games. It's like they're ashamed of them.
Yeah.
And just want to hide them in these older consoles. And I don't know. It feels wasteful. It just feels like they don't care. And maybe financially they don't have to, but
yeah, I just think going forward, and it's Nintendo, so probably not, but yeah, I just think they just need to, everything that we purchase on Switch has to be able to go to the next console, with limitations. If it's the next console doesn't have any sort of motion controls or something, obviously some games aren't going to be able to go forward, but man, it's frustrating.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to wait 5 years for the Game Boy Advance to come to Nintendo Switch Online for us to play Metroid Zero Mission.
It's literally a handheld. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense.
Harrison, I do
have a
question of the week.
Let's do it.
That I wanted to talk about. And this is, of course, every time a new FromSoft game comes out, this topic gets brought up. But should more difficult games like Dark Souls and kind of like those Souls-like games that are pretty punishing, should those have an easy mode?
I mean, maybe if they want to get more people to play. I mean, because if they have an easy mode and then they have the regular mode, obviously veterans are just going to do the regular stuff. So like, I know people will complain, oh, you can't put easy baby mode into Dark Souls or, whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe it's fine. Like, I don't really have a problem with it. It doesn't, it gets more people to play your game. This one sounds like it's probably going to be less punishing than all the others. A little bit more friendly towards maybe newcoming players, which it sounds like there's going to be a lot of newcoming players to this franchise. Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with it. Give it, like, people want to play the game. It shouldn't matter, if it's hard or not. It's, you pay the money. If you want to just experience the game for what it is, maybe you're not getting the true experience that veterans are going to say, but it's fine. It doesn't hurt. As long as they don't make the overall game easier for the new people. If they just have a separate mode or something like that, that's fine. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
What about you? Or you think some games are just can be hard and that's okay, and that's also okay. Like, it doesn't have to be for everybody.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn, like, because I don't want to gatekeep and say like, hey, you got to get good. I think like a lot of these games could use more accessibility options.
Yeah.
To not make the game easier, but just make it more accessible for people who may have a harder time playing a game like this.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, like with a game like Elden Ring, with a game like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, right now it's kind of as hard as you want it to be, because you can grind. I mean, you can grind until the end of time.
Yeah.
And just level and level, get over leveled, and then kind of crush a boss. Whereas with a game like Cuphead, you can't really do that.
No, you just gotta,
like, it's just brutally punishing. And I don't think there's a difficulty option in Cuphead. Well, just like normal and hard. But with Dark Souls, yeah, kind of like what I said, you can just kind of make it as difficult as you want. I think a lot of the difficulty in Dark Souls is kind of overblown. I think it's more of the gravity in dying in Dark Souls is so much higher. Like, the weight of it is so much heavier in Dark Souls because you have to go back to the last bonfire.
Yeah.
Run up to the boss, spend 5 minutes, getting through all these enemies.
And I think that's really, for most people, it's probably heavily weighted in the front of the game because you're so weak and you're still learning the mechanics, you're still learning the environments, that when you die, it feels way more punishing. But when you get 20 hours to the game and you're pretty leveled up, like, yeah, you die and that sucks because you fought this boss 10 times in a row, but it's less consequences, like consequential. Like, you're not, you probably learn the mechanics. Okay, I know where this bonfire is. I know the route that I need to take. You're probably not going to risk it with your higher souls or whatever the currency is in this game. You just have a better understanding of the game. So I think it's heavily weighted up front, and that's what turns a lot of people off.
Yeah, that's why I was turned off to Dark Souls 2 at first. That was the first one I played, and it was like, it turned out I was just going the wrong way.
Yeah,
because
it doesn't tell you that,
brings you back.
And that's the problem with it. Doesn't teach you anything. Like, you learn everything through items, and it's kind of convoluted. And I forgot to mention, but that's kind of the issue I've always had with Pokemon, is like, when you're trying to evolve stuff, like, it doesn't tell you. It just says, okay, this leaf stone is loved by this specific Pokemon, or like, I think it was Quillfish. You have to like use strong style for like that bar barrage. Like,
who's gonna know?
I would never know that if I didn't look that up. Maybe it tells you in the game, but probably not. So like, stuff like that,
weird things.
It's again, maybe it's in the game, maybe it's some random text you find, because I haven't talked to every single NPC in the game, but yeah, maybe just doing a little better job of onboarding the player.
I think that's a problem that Dark Souls has.
But is it a problem, or is it just how it's meant to be?
Yeah, that's a good point, because people like us, I mean, we persevered, and
yeah, we expect it.
Yeah, you expect it, and yeah, I don't know. It's a good question, because like it's kind of on a case by case basis.
Yeah,
for a lot of these games.
Because if it was someone to say, hey, I'm thinking about getting Elden Ring, I know they have like an easy mode, what do you recommend? And I would say just play the game as it was meant to be. Try that out first, and if you just can't wrap your head around it, then switch over. Mm-hmm. But I would fully recommend to play, because it's meant to be hard. It's meant to like challenge you and get you frustrated. There's multiple different paths you can take with, not necessarily with Elden Ring because it's open world, but with the other games, there's multiple paths you can take. So if you hit a boss, there's 3 other paths that you can kind of venture down and see how far you can get with there and get more souls and level up, and then you're ready for the boss. So, it's one of, it's like you said, it's a tough call, because
and like how do you make a game like Elden Ring easier? Do you just scale back the HP?
I guess, yeah.
Of a boss? Do you scale back like damage output from a boss or from enemies, or is that something you can counter with just leveling? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, or maybe the easy mode is you don't lose souls. Like maybe that's just it. You don't. There's no penalty to death, but everything else is the same. That would be kind of cool. I mean, that would be a nice accessibility feature.
It would take a lot of the stress out of it, I think. Yeah, for a lot of people,
it's still as hard as it is for a normal player. You just don't have the consequence of dying and losing your stuff. So maybe that's the answer.
Yeah.
For stuff like that, maybe not scale back the enemies, but just have that consequence taken away. Yeah, I mean that could be.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean you have games like Last of Us 2 with like one of the best accessibility options in gaming ever, and like you can straight up just be stealthy the entire time and not have to worry about, even if you break sight, you're still like, there's just so many options, and you give the player the options. Like it doesn't matter, as long as they're playing, as long as they buy your game and are playing it and loving it.
Yeah,
let them play how they want. But yeah, Dark Souls and that series is tricky, because like again, I would always recommend play the way it's meant to be played, and
and there are a lot of purists with a lot of opinions on how to play Dark Souls, but the correct way to play it.
Yes,
which is a whole nother can of worms to open up.
I will use my mage.
Yeah, there's your easy mode. Just use mage.
Yeah, I'm excited for this game, dude. I did forget to mention, Brittany and I finished It Takes Two. You did? Yeah, on Saturday. Yeah, we
nice.
We came back and we just drank a couple beers, and we're like, all right,
couple brewskis.
We're like, all right, we're gonna finish this game, and we ended up finishing it. It was I liked the ending. It wasn't like necessarily a super happy ending, but you could tell that they were better
than they
started, and you don't really know what the future means or holds. But so yeah, it wasn't like a crystal clear, Disney happy ending kind of thing. So I really liked it though. That last music level was pretty awesome. Going through
that one's cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Glad you finished it.
Yeah, I'm glad I am too. That was an excellent game. Cool game.
Nice.
All right, that is going to wrap up the news. Tweet at us, let us know. Should Dark Souls have an easy mode? Should it have an easy mode? Should games have more accessibility options? All that good stuff. Let us know, Nick. Where can they follow us at Twitter?
They can follow us at GamingWT Bros on Twitter. You can follow us right here on Twitch at Gaming with the Broscast, or Gaming with the Broscast. I got it right. And then you can follow us on TikTok, also at Gaming with the Broscast. So those are the 3 places we are. But check us out on Twitter. You can DM us any questions. You can, let us know if Dark Souls should have an easy mode. Let us know if you'd be more interested in it if it had like some sort of easier difficulty option, or like Harrison said, where you don't lose your souls on every death.
That could be really interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, follow us in there because I'm sure we'll have a ton of Elden Ring clips and stuff specifically for TikTok. And yeah, just
it's gonna get saucy.
Yeah, I got a couple of Halo clips I want to upload. I played the other day and had a genuine laugh out loud moment when I killed this guy. So I'm probably gonna upload those. But yeah, if you haven't, check out our trailer on TikTok. We both worked pretty hard on that. I mean, filming the videos is pretty easy. Like it's just think
classic fun
90s sitcom intro, and that's all you need to know. So go check that out because it's pretty funny. We think
I need to find some like 90s music to go along with it.
Yeah,
that'd be good. But anyways,
but yeah, go follow us on the socials, and we will be back next Monday at 8:30 with some Elden Ring, baby.
Oh, I'm gonna beat it this weekend. I'm gonna finish the whole game.
I would not be surprised, Nick. Like with Resident Evil, like, oh yeah, I beat it the day it came out. I was like, what? Oh yeah, I think I finished it. It was like, dude, what?
I don't know, man. Something about New Zealand just gets me going.
Because like if I don't play it on Thursday night, like I probably won't. I'll probably play it a little bit Friday, but not a ton. And I'll really deep dive it on Saturday. That's usually how it goes with games for me. But I think I'm pretty positive I'm gonna be a New Zealander on Thursday.
Oh, you gotta be. You can start playing it about 11 a.m. on Thursday.
Oh, geez, like the whole day then? I thought it was like that midnight. Okay.
No, it's it's midnight New Zealand. So that's like they're like 16 hours ahead.
Oh, right. Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah,
nice.
I'll probably hit the pre-order sometime this week and then get it downloaded.
Yeah, because I think it's a 2-day install or something, like 2 days in advance. You can preload it.
Oh, is that the case?
I think you can preload
Series
it.
X.
Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
But yeah, we will see you guys next week.
Yeah, thanks everybody for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.